Today in class, we talked about making good scientific observations. So in your notebook on page 4, you need to title it Making Observations, then divide the page in half and title the first part Demo 1 and the second part Demo 2. So pause the video here and set up page 4. We discussed that observations are anything that you see, hear, or smell. And they need to be things that are very specific and clear. You want to stick to things that are completely and 100% fact. Many things that you know for certain are true. So describing color and size and shape and odors and things like that. We want to try to avoid saying it looks like this. Tell me what it is. Tell me what it looks, how it looks. Don't tell me what it looks like. Tell me how it looks. Okay? Now for the first demonstration, I want you to write as many observations as you can. 10 is good, 15 is great, 20 is excellent. All right? So here is the first substance that we are going to look at. So record as many observations as you can about this substance. Okay, record all of your observations of what you saw. Go ahead and pause the video while you record your observations. Okay, now, what I did in class after this was I picked this up and I ate it. Oh, so good. And what we talked about was that a lot of people made the assumption or the inference that this was a candle, which it was not, obviously, because I wouldn't have eaten a candle. That's disgusting. So for our second demo, we want the same rules, but we want to try to be more factual. Write down only observations, not inferences. An inference is when you take what you observe and you apply it to your prior knowledge and you make an assumption about it. We don't want to do that. We want to stick to things that are certain facts. So I'm going to do a second demonstration for you. And I want you, again, same rules. I want you to record as many observations as you can. So this is our first substance. Anything you see, hear, or smell, write it down. I suppose you can't probably smell anything in the video, but that's our first substance. And this is our second substance. So record any observations on the first two substances. So I'm taking the blue liquid and I am using a pipette to put it on to a silver substance. And we're just going to watch what happens. If you look very carefully, you can see that it's starting to bubble a little bit. Sorry, the focus isn't wanting to focus very well. And if you look right here, we have the beginnings of a color change going on. You can see it in the R too. We've got a little bit of color change starting. Now if I take a Q-tip and I scrape this surface, I end up with kind of a brown solid. Let me see if I can get that focused for you. Sort of a brown solid on there. So record your observations on that. So pause the video here and record your observations about what happened here. Now let's talk about some things. First of all, you could have made the inference that this was aluminum foil, and that inference would have been 100% correct. This was aluminum foil. And this over here is a substance called copper 2 chloride. Now, it's copper, and copper turns blue in solution, but copper metal is actually brown. So what happened here, a lot of kids will sometimes describe this as rusting, but it's not rusting because rust involves iron, and we don't have any iron. We have copper, we have chlorine, and we have aluminum. There's no iron here. Some kids said it looked like it burned. Well, it didn't burn because there was no flame. Burning implies that there was a flame, some kind of ignition. This didn't ignite, okay? It simply changed color. And what actually happened here is a single replacement reaction, all right? We had aluminum metal and copper chloride solution. And what happened is my two metals switched places with each other. So I ended up with aluminum chloride solution and brown copper metal. So this is the same metal that you would find in a penny.